Alright, Sunday afternoon, kind of late. Because I had to cook some hamburgers. We tried some salmon patties, which the little man liked. Then we had a visitor. But it's not terribly hot. And I noticed yesterday when I was driving this thing, it wasn't running just right. So I'm going to do a little investigating. It was kind of surging like it would if it was lean. So I'm thinking maybe my vacuum advance isn't working correctly, or more likely maybe the primary metering rods are stuck in the down position. Because the idle's fine, and very, very light throttle's fine. But you have just a little bit more of it, it surges. Alright, the first check is the vacuum advance canister in the distributor. And it won't hold no vacuum. So clearly, that is junk, and it's not getting any vacuum advance at part throttle as it should, which could contribute to how it's acting. So I'm going to fix that. Then we'll take her for a tailspin, see how she acts. And then we'll go from there. Look at that. There's loose parts laying in there. That's a piece off our rotor. That probably don't help nothing. Alright, here's what we're doing to this thing. Since she just asked me. We're replacing the vacuum advance canister. This one is no mas bueno. It's a little Spanish lingo there.
No more good.
That's right. And then I've got this one in an old distributor laying around. Let me see if it's in any bueno. Does not appear to be. That's inconvenient. Let's check, make sure our hose is in there correctly. Alright, back to the drawing board, or rather, the junk pile. Alright, it's a good thing I was using a little Spanish. You know why?
Why?
Because this one's made in Mexico, and it's right new. I hope that 56 there doesn't mean it's got 56 degrees of advance. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it's good. See?
Muy bueno.
Muy bueno. See, sometimes you just gotta speak nicely and you'll get more better results. It's Hejo in Mexico, I think.
Hejo in Mexico?
Yeah. No Estados Unidos.
Not sure what that is.
Well, I am.
No speak Espanol.
Me neither. Alright. It's all back together. Well, I gotta put the air cleaner back on here. I did bump the timing slightly. I think I put it back about where it was, but we'll need to tweak that correctly. But I think now it's good enough to put the air breather on and take it for a spin and see if that little bit of surging has gone away. Wait, I need to do one other thing first. I can check and see if the meter and rods are free by sticking something down in there and tugging on them. Let me do that. What's that?
I said I don't understand.
You don't?
No.
Well, let me explain it to you. I'm taking this little teeny screwdriver and I'm sticking it in there, and I'm forcing the tip towards the front of the carburetor, and then I can feel it sit on the primary metering rod hanger, and then it should be all the way up position, which it is, and it springs down, springs back up without sticking. So that ain't the problem.
Well, what makes you think there is a problem?
Because it acted like it was lean under part throttle. But our vacuum advance canister was shot, which means it wasn't given any vacuum advance at part throttle.
So you were just...
So it may, as the timing is retarded, it requires a little bit more fuel, and that may be what was causing it. But now we've got vacuum advance, which will function at very light part throttle. It doesn't work at wide open throttle. Did you know that? Many people do not. Anyway, I'm losing track of where I'm going with all this, but
So that was just a check to make sure that wasn't contributing.
exactly. So if it still surges, then that means the thing is lean, idle's good, and it seems to run okay wide open. I might need to change the primary metering rods to smaller ones, or I could increase the jet size.
Are those little like pointed little things that
Gotta watch
hang?
the hand signals. Do that again?
Those small little pointed things that hangs in the carburetor when you take them apart?
Yeah, small little pointy things that hang in the carburetor whenever I take them apart. Here, I'll take you inside and show you. Okay, here's this with the hand signal again. The small little pointy things. Yeah. That's what them are. Small little pointy things, and they go right in there.
What are they called?
Primary metering rods. And I have to do this two-handed. Hey, I'll turn you off here. I really don't like to explain everything in too tight a detail because there's always somebody who knows is smarter than me and points out how stupid I am. But this is what it does. Vacuum is applied to that port. So at low engine speed, high vacuum situations, this piston is pulled down.
Mm-hmm.
Now those little pointy things go down in the jets in there. And I don't have the jets in it right now. They're out, but so this is pulled down at high vacuum situations. And them little rods are inside the jet, which restricts the whole
fuel.
Restricts the whole size of the jet, which makes it give less fuel. Now, when you stand on it, you lose vacuum. The spring overcomes the vacuum because there's less of it, and the piston comes up. The rods are tapered, thinner at the bottom, so that lets more fuel pass through the jets. This is your part throttle fuel mixture system. Another part that I didn't mention earlier that could be wrong is that little spring might be the wrong weakness. It may be too weak and it's never pushing the piston up. Although it didn't feel that way whenever I was messing with it a minute ago. So that's what the small little pointy things do. Okay? And guess what?
What?
There's a secondary small little pointy thing too. You want to see them?
Yeah, so let me ask this though.
Okay.
When you have to put it in
Be
this
careful,
way.
don't bend them. Uh-huh.
I understand.
Boy, you need to get your nails done.
I know I do.
Alright, stop distracting her. Go ahead.
This little thing has something to do with going in here.
Yeah, that little pointy thing right there rides on this. Now this carburetor is a adjustable part throttle carburetor, so I can turn that up, which will limit how much down these go, and change the fuel mixture at part throttle.
I see.
The carburetor that is on the truck does not have that feature.
Doesn't.
No, it doesn't. This is more desirable. This is more better.
More better.
But since that's just a stock ho-hum, run what you brung, it'll get there, we don't really care. Yeah, it's a quadrojet, might be a 305 or 350, I don't know, but it runs good, so we're gonna leave it. I'm running out of stuff to say, so
Okay, so move on to the other pointing things.
okay, here's the other. What are they?
Well, these are long, wider pointy things.
But what's the hand signal for that?
Oh, I don't know. Long, wider pointy things.
You're a mess. These are the secondary metering rods. And what they do is, I don't have the top of the carburetor out, it's in that bucket right there. But they hang from the air doors on the top of the carburetor. So when you stand on it and it senses it needs more fuel and air, these things come up. These tips, they operate under the same principle. they're down into those brass jets in there that screwdriver's pointing at. And when they come up, they start letting fuel in, and you can put all different kind of sizes in them. These are kind of a medium size. You can get them fat or thin depending on how much.
Depending on how rich you want your carburetor to be.
That's right. That's right. So you can change those easily from the top of the carburetor without taking anything apart. Which why I like these quadrants. You can tune the secondaries so she'll carry the mail without too much trouble.
I always wondered why you liked quadrat carburetors.
Well, you see what happens when you start asking me questions?
Well, usually you don't want to answer them.
I start babbling like a fool. Alright, let me get back to work. You're distracting me. Alright, I sent her in the house because I'm getting distracted. No, not really. She's going in to find my glasses. She's the one who takes up my slack. I'm forever losing my glasses. She always knows where they are. Well, usually. I'm going to put this thing back together, put the air cleaner and all back on it, and take her for a ride. Well, so far she's running pretty good, Mrs. Heavy Chevy.
Does sound like it.
You know, all these people I see, cars parked in front of the house Sunday afternoon. Ain't nobody outside. What do you suppose they're doing?
Watching TV.
I missed the funniest comment. I turned his camera off. She said, "Football! Is it football season?" I said, "Yes, of course it is."
I don't like football, so I don't know nothing about it.
I like football just fine.
You don't like football.
Really, I do. I like it when they get to make the baskets and stuff. What?
Do you even know anything about football?
Yes, I know all about football. Home runs.
Okay.
Baskets.
You're pulling in all kinds of different sports here.
The hockey stick. Alright, we're going to go up a hill, part throttle, and see how it acts. No surging. I think it's okay. How's that air conditioning doing, Mrs. Heavy Chevy?
It's fine.
Guess that computer duster still works, huh?
Yep.
Hey, I know. Let's take the front bumper off. You want to?
Sure.
You didn't sound that enthusiastic a minute ago before the camera was on.
I said I don't really want to, but I reckon.
I reckon I will.